everybody, and welcome to another commentary, opinion, and review section by the Geek Authority. I'm Lorenzo Marchessi. Any and all opinions are mine and mine alone. And this time I wanted to talk to you about Star Trek Discovery, the long-awaited series back in 2017 when it actually premiered, as well as the hype that led up to it. It was great that Star Trek was coming back to television. However, CBS had a little caveat to that. You had to buy into their new CBS Access streaming video service in order to see it. Personally, I would have loved to see it on something like Netflix, if you're going to have to do that, or regular availability on network television. I understand the constraints of not doing network television in terms of the bean counters, kind of basically screening and editing, the content because of its maturity or controversial nature or whatever. I get that, but the fact that CBS made you pay for it, however, a lot of Star Trek fans got smart. There was a 1-month free subscription as a trial. People signed up for it, watched the series, and then disappeared, which is smart because they didn't have to pay for it. But other than that, being a CBS ploy to get more money, and I personally didn't do it. I waited till long after it was available on Blu-ray, DVD, and then I sat down and watched the series. So yeah, I probably was a year behind. But right now I want to review season 1, and I am a big Star Trek fan. Go to the convention every year in Las Vegas when they have them, and then I've been to, as you know, many conventions as well. So I'm a big Star Trek fan. I'm a TOS favorite, the original series, Shatner and Nimoy and all of that, but I do love Next Generation, and I'm one of the few who liked Enterprise. Not a big fan of Deep Space Nine because it became the Warflower by season 4. And then Voyager, loved Voyager. I thought Kate Mulgrew did a great job. With that said, and by this recording, I have seen the entire Discovery season 1, and I've also seen the entire season of Picard, Star Trek Picard. Let me tell you, Picard is far more Star Trek than Discovery is for me. And again, The Orville, Seth MacFarlane's show, is an amazing show. He has had 2 seasons so far, and they were amazing. Great story writing. The Orville is more Star Trek to me than Discovery. So just to put that out there. No, I wasn't a big fan of the first season of Discovery. And let me tell you why. It was an attempt to, bring that whole Star Trek feel and so on and so forth, and, get that flavor and stuff. Of course, new cast, new crew, and Brian Fuller and Alex Kurtzman came up with the concept of putting it, I believe, I could be incorrect, in, after Enterprise, but before Kirk. Now, with that said, and being the current times that it is 2020, I feel that they took some compromises and leaps in the Star Trek logic, in terms of the props and the sets and so on and so forth, that really pulls Discovery out of the main canon of Star Trek for me, visually. Yes, the special effects are amazing. You might as well call it a 1-hour special effects show because, it's got the lens flares, the whole J.J. Abrams feel to it, which if you're into that, that's fine. For me, I'm into story and I'm into characters. Star Trek Picard has both in numerous abundances, overflowing with passion and emotion as well, and all that. And the Orville also has the same thing, story content and character driven, with a lot of humor sprinkled in. So Discovery does not. There's a particular character quirks that are okay, but overall, it just wasn't Trek for me. Now, if you took the Starfleet out of it and Star Trek out of it, it might have made a nice Babylon 5 / Battlestar Galactica reboot sci-fi show. But it wasn't Star Trek. The directives and all this other stuff, great. We got new alien characters, but it just didn't feel right. Now, on the plus side, I'll tell you what I liked. I liked, I hope I say her right, Sonequa Martin Green. She's a wonderful actress, and she's really putting her heart and soul in the character. And Michael Burnham. But I think the material, if it were better, would even outshine what she's already doing. Another kudos to actor Doug Jones, who's Saru, and he's the alien character. He's got this cool walk and everything. And Doug Jones is a nice guy in and above himself. His character is a little timid and shy in the beginning, but he starts to get his legs growing when we see the story develops. I got to give out a nice little nod to Anthony Rapp and Wilson Cruz. They are a actual gay couple. They don't make a big deal of it. It's just that obviously they're in a relationship and they love each other, and that's it. It's not pointed out. It's not going, oh. It's actually, that part of it is done well. I wish there was more of it, because one of the partners is a little snooty and the other one's, more passionate and concerned and stuff. So it makes a nice little contrast, but they didn't write it that way. They wrote it, it's minutely and irreverent to the relationship. I think couples say more to each other. I think couples react more to each other. And although the cute scenes and the silent and kisses and all that are nice, again, the story could have done more for them. It was all about, uniforms and costumes and putting things in your wrists for some sort of, drive that is run by spores that are in another dimensional universe. And oh, don't even get me started on the Klingon houses. That was kind of off there. I will give another applause to two other incredible actors. Jason Isaacs, who plays Gabriel Lorca, the first captain that we see of the Discovery, the USS Discovery. And I tell you, it's just amazing how an actor like him could be so versatile. Of course, he was the Harry Potter series as Malfoy's father, Lucius, and he's done voiceovers recently, some animated cartoons and all kinds of stuff that if you look him up on IMDb, you'll be amazed with. Another outstanding performance, of course, is Michelle Yeoh. She, I can't say enough about her. Her performance as Jeonju, the captain of the Shinzi, I believe is how it's pronounced, is just amazing. And she's got two roles to play. She plays Mirror Universe person and the original captain of the Shinzu, which Michael Burnham ends up taking over, and then through a bunch of mistakes ends up on the Discovery. And again, it's all complicated. But I did want to, let me share something here. This is kind of give you a little visual of how they promoted the show. The one on the left is the, I believe, intro to season 2 on the upper left there with, you can see Christopher Pike playing the characters. There's a lot of unique characters there. There's Sarek. They have a nice little actor playing him, Spock's father, who happens to be also Michael Burnham's father as well, the lead of the series. The Discovery itself, the ship, weird design. It's got a hole in the center of it. I don't know quite how physics and logic make that thing move or work. The warp drives are pretty similar, but again, it's this sleek, lens flare kind of thing. And I think they worried too much about the effects to that took away from the story. You can see Jason Isaacs on the bottom there. There's a character there that turns into a Klingon, or was a Klingon, or he mixed. I don't know. Again, it was a little confusing. The Vulcan hand salute, because Michael Burnham was raised by a Vulcan, on Vulcan. Another picture I have there she is, the center picture. She was amazing. She's a great actor. Again, they got a great cast in terms of casting this and some feisty performances, but I wish they gave them more. I wish we saw more of them and less of Klingons and Klingon warships and firing and the worm drive or whatever it's called. It just lacked in that aspect of it. I'm told season 2 is better and makes up for all the mistakes that the first season made, but again, this whole first season for me wasn't Trek at all. I was not, I did watch it. I watched it more than once, the whole season. So I thought, okay, maybe it's just me, I'm not giving it a chance. And again, I came up with all the same logistic questions and problems with it. the Klingons, I mentioned I wouldn't mention it. I'm going to mention it. You know, there are 24 houses now, and they do the subtitle thing. And, you know, at one point there's a universal translator, which, you know, okay, I can stop reading now and watching the show. I mean, no offense to those who, you know, can't hear, have to do the hearing impaired closed captioning, but it's a very visual show. So trying to read and watch is difficult for me. But at the same time, it's like, you know, one little line of dialogue, switch to the universal translator, and boom, we don't have to deal with that anymore. So other than that, Klingons, just 24 houses. They're trying to get together. They're trying not to get together. One's trying to overpower one and the other. And oh, they did a cheap story trick, as far as I'm concerned, by going into the mirror universe in the first season. It's like, that's kind of two things are kind of throwaway story plots when a series or a story needs to be what I would consider more interesting in terms of dramatization, and that's time travel, and in Star Trek the Mirror Universe. I believe every season or every series has done it, with the exception of Voyager, or did it? I know DS9 did it. I know Enterprise did it. Maybe Next Gen didn't either, but and the original series did it. But you know, the Mirror Universe is where there's a negative and positive version of every character. And every character has a different storyline or backstory in each universe. And as we learned in all Star Trek incarnations, there was, you know, different timelines. So there's, you know, there's many versions of those versions of those versions of those versions. It's mind-boggling to think of the logistics, but you know, I'm not Stephen Hawking. Anyway, that's my review for what is Star Trek Discovery first season. I didn't enjoy it as much. I love the performances of a lot of people. I wish they were given more. I love some of the character creations. The story wasn't, the storyline, the story arcs just didn't do it for me. I was kind of bored most of it. But again, on a positive note, I'm going to be watching season 2, and I'll give you the review of season 2, which I'm told, and everybody's told me they made up for the mistakes in season 1 and resets things, and curious to see what they do with Christopher Pike, the first captain of the original Enterprise, NCC 1701, before Kirk took it over. Actually, yeah, before Kirk took it over, because before Pike was Captain April. But then again, I'm a Star Trek person, and not a, you know, I support the whole Star Trek universe, and I love the fact they're doing Star Trek. I just wish they could do it better and less commercial and less special effects and so on and so forth, which, if I haven't mentioned, Star Trek Picard and Seth MacFarlane's The Orville are just plentiful of. Yes, they both got their special effects. Yes, they both got their unique toys and props and all of this stuff, but they are story and character driven. You'll laugh, you'll cry. I didn't do that so much with Discovery, if at all, but or very much. But anyway, that was my opinion. I comment. I have an opinion. I do reviews, all this other stuff. I'm Lorenzo Marchessi for the Geek Authority. Till my next few thoughts on a different topic, I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Please, don't forget, hit the subscribe button wherever it happens to be. And then there's the three other shows that I do. The Geek Authority show, where I interview people. There's also Unboxing the Geek Authority, where we get to see things as I get to see them first. You get to see them first. Cool stuff that have come from companies or things that I've ordered that are brand new, as well as the Geek Authority's Mysterious Chamber of Collectibles, where I open my drawer, my closet, under my pillow, and show you some of the things I've been collecting through the years that I've been collecting. Anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.